Getting on a roller coaster, bro.
Is it?
Yeah. All right. You're live.
Cool.
Hello.
What's up?
All right, guys. Welcome to Bottom of the Nine podcast. I'm your host, Elijah. And today we are here with another dude, Chris Estrada. What's going on?
Not much. I had to drive 2 hours to get here.
Yeah, this man's from Corpus. He's a hard man to track down. We couldn't get him. We were trying to get him we were trying to get him before Jose, but
You have my number.
No, he's too hard we couldn't track him down. He's everywhere.
You know where I live.
I don't know where you live. How am I supposed to know that information?
Oh, that's right. I didn't give it to you.
I knew you lived in wherever, BFE in Omaha.
That's right.
For like 2 years,
Mhm.
and you came back.
BFE.
There's things I can't say on here, dude. I got to keep it. Got to keep it clean. I got to keep it clean. Anyway, all right, guys. So Chris is an ex-D1 athlete. So played at University of Texas in San Antonio. Also played at Angelina College in Lufkin, Texas, that's where I met this guy, unfortunately. But we were roommates. But yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Where are you from originally?
Originally from Corpus Christi. Went to Moody High School in Corpus. I didn't start until I was a junior, and now that I'm kind of coaching with Texas 12.
Yeah,
and
that's a pretty. Everyone? I feel like everybody coaches at 12.
Well, in Corpus,
they're here and in Corpus, or are they in Austin
and San Antonio?
Yeah, like here, and then that's it. Just here in Corpus.
Oh yeah, we are in San Antonio, College Station.
Okay, I was gonna say that's
that area, Katy, Houston, that area. But no, in Corpus, they have. Let me see, mostly high school coaches. The only coaches, I guess, that aren't, high school coach would be me. They have a former MLB player in there, former coach that used to coach at for the Islanders, Marty Smith. So I mean, all the coaches there, they've played. They have experience. So
okay,
they're not just random people. So
solid. Yeah, I think we were talking. I don't know who I was talking because Mike. If you've seen the second episode with Jose Trevino, we had Mike on there. Mike was telling me that I don't know who he said I don't know, is the director or somebody from 12 wants to be on here. So we're gonna set that up. I don't know him. I don't know if it's if it's like the main guy who runs San Antonio area, or if it's like the guy from like the whole thing. I don't know.
Well, to be honest, I don't know any of the guys that are here in San Antonio or College Station. So I mean, I'm pretty new to it. But what I was getting to was,
Zay though. Doesn't Zay coach with 12 too?
Yeah, he has a team, but
okay.
It goes up like the structure.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's a legit business. So,
yeah, I figured.
But no, what I was getting to was now that I'm coaching, I have a buddy that always, I guess uses this as an example to the young kids, because most of the kids that we have, I have the 13U group. He's got like the group. 10 and 11. It's a fun group. The 12 and 13 is fun, but the young group is a little bit, they're hard to wrangle together. So, they're kind of just looking off into space, you got to grab their attention. But the main point that I'm trying to get to is I didn't start high school until I was a junior. Right. So
like you were on like freshman JV, and then
I was on the freshman team, and I was a sophomore. I was on the varsity team.
Yeah.
I think I pitched.
You pitched?
I was a pitcher. Yeah, I was a pitcher. I was a PO. I didn't play a position. God. So they had me listed as PO, and I think the only innings that I got was early in the year. It was against Carroll, and I guess everyone in Corpus knows this story. I always bring it up when someone that hasn't seen me in a while. They always bring it up. Like, so Courtney Hawkins. He's a big. He got drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
So I face him. I think it was my first.
I think you've told me this story.
Yeah. So I get ripped. I almost cause a brawl between the two of us because I hit him. It wasn't on purpose.
You hit him?
I hit him. I was feeling good. I was like, I'm getting this outside pitch. And the first pitch
was it a fastball?
It was a fastball.
At like 80 poo?
It looked like a curveball. That's how slow it was. But I think that was the only inning I logged that sophomore year. I didn't play the rest of the year. So after it wasn't.
That was your one chance, bro.
It was my one moment. Yeah, it was my one moment. I blew it. So I didn't get my next chance until junior year. But
it's all right. My first varsity appearance, I walked two guys and they pulled me out the game. So it's all good.
Yeah. So
it happens.
And then I guess I just kind of grew into, I ended up playing shortstop. So I kind of just grew into that position. Honestly, it happened like that, like real quick. But
So you played shortstop all through. Oh, I mean, so your junior, you played junior, senior, or shortstop.
Junior, senior, shortstop. Yeah, I didn't play any other position. No third, no second, nothing. Just shortstop.
And then, so you played short your whole life, and then you go to Angelina. So were you recruited out of high school or no?
I was recruited
like heavily to go somewhere. Or was it just junior college?
I think I had a couple phone calls. I think I had a phone call from a D2 in Seguin. I think I might have had
TLU or no?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. I think there's a D3 in Houston. Texas Southern. Are they D3 or they
D1,
D2?
dude?
Well, at the time,
I think there was D1 at that time too.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was them too. I think I might have talked to them. But
they may have been D2 at the time.
I think they were D2.
I know now they're D1.
Well, anyways, no, I wasn't. I think I had those two that called me. They were kind of interested, and to be honest, I didn't know anything about recruiting. I was just like, I don't really know what to do with this information. So I just kind of waited, and I think so. Like the baseball association that they do in January.
Oh yeah,
like,
the ABCA thing.
Yeah, that. So I think my high school coach, he ends up coming up or going up to wherever it was. And
well, did he go to the big one or did he go to the Texas one?
It was the Texas one.
Oh, so, okay. The Texas show. Okay.
Yeah,
the one that's in Waco? Most times. I think it's somewhere else this year.
Right. So my coach goes up there, and I think he meets with Jeff Levin. I think because he told me this story, I think that's how it went. You know, he kind of talks with them, and he's like, "Hey, I'm in need of a shortstop, Levin." And my high school coach was like, "Yeah, we actually like recorded, you know, me fielding ground balls like a couple of weeks before." So he's like, "Yeah, I got a guy, like here he is," and he's like, "Well, yeah, we'll bring him on for a visit or whatever." And so we ended up doing that, and I go over there, and Coach Martinez is there. He's throwing BP and
money BP. Dude.
He's on money BP, and all I'm doing is I have no power. I hit no home runs in high school.
Dude, we got to get. We get Living, but we need to get Martinez on here.
You can get Martinez on here.
We need to bring you back with Martinez. Maybe Rios. We're not going to get Christian Rios on here. Right?
He doesn't deserve to be on.
But Martinez, we need to get anyway.
For sure. Okay, so go on the visit, and I think all I was hitting was line drives. They were not going far, by the way. They were like just line drives over the infield. From what I remember, I didn't have any power.
Your string bean, bro.
A string bean. I mean, I weighed about $165, $170, 6'1", like a slender man.
Like a slender man over here.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't have anything, So I mean, I was just playing pepper. I don't think I hit a ball, ugly. Everything was
clean though.
Everything was clean, and they were like, "All right," and it's a practice. Like I just jumped straight into their.
Oh, you went into one of their practices.
They were taking BP.
Oh, okay.
And Levin's like, "All right, just jump right in." And I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Grab a bat." Yeah. And I don't even think I brought a bat. I didn't have one, so I just grabbed one from the shed. They have a bunch of bats in the shed.
Should have grabbed one of those Besser bats, dude. They wouldn't have even noticed.
No, I don't even think they had one. But no, I borrowed one. I just grabbed one from the shed. I was like, I like this one. So, and then he's like, all right, go out to shortstop. Just take some ground balls. And so they're hitting BP, right? And taking ground balls in between. And I think I might have taken 10, 12, maybe 15 ground balls at most. Like I was in there for like 2 rounds. And he was like, all right, you're good. Come on. Yeah, come on, let's go. Get off. And I was like, all right, that's it. Like this was the whole thing. And so he takes me off to the side, and we go up onto the bleachers. Yeah. And so me and my dad are there, and he's talking to us, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we can offer you, this much." And I was like, "Okay, well that's cool." Like, never had an offer before, right?
A legitimate offer, yeah.
Legitimate offer. Well, it was verbal, so I was like, "Okay, yeah, that sounds good." Think about it. And he's like, "Well, why don't you go take a trip around campus? Walk around." And John King was the one that took me around. I think it was one trip to the dorms, a trip to the gym.
He showed you the dorms?
He showed me.
That's not a real good selling point.
He showed me he picked someone's room that looked decent.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell.
Dude, you can tell when you look at the place, dude. It's like, hey.
No.
Like
that room was 4. Like, I don't know what room he showed me, whose room it was, but it was unlocked, right? So he was like, right? Because everyone left their doors.
That had to have been planned.
Everyone left their doors unlocked. No one locked the doors.
I locked my door.
Well, like further down.
Oh, okay.
Remember those? Okay, so he was just picking, he was looking in. He was like, all right, maybe not that one, maybe not that one. So he, shows me the dorms. I'm like, oh, it's kind of small, but whatever. If it's included.
If it's free.
If it's free, I'll take it. I don't care. So take a trip to the gym, check out the weight room. That was it. That was
the weight room's actually nice though. There's only one, right? The one in the gym.
Yeah, in the back of
it's
the gym.
It's not a bad weight room. It's got a nice view.
It was about as big as our high school gym, which was
about as big as this room.
About as big as this room. Yeah, it wasn't that big at all. But I mean, I wasn't complaining. I was like, well, it is what it is, So that was the whole trip. I mean, that was the whole visit. So, and then I drive 6 hours back.
I would say it's far from Corpus. Lufkin is out there.
About 6.5.
Yeah,
it was a good drive. But yeah, that was it. That was my visit. Thanks to my coach. So he's doing a good word, and
there you go.
I was like, I'll take it. So that was it. It ended up being full scholarship. So
there you go. I mean, it's JUCO, right? And you only need a couple thousand to go there.
Yeah, not that much, but yeah, lunch. Got breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the
calf.
At the calf.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, that's kind of. I don't remember how. Oh, I know how. When I was going to go to Angel, because I went to UIW my first year, in University of Incarnate Word here in San Antonio, got redshirted, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I didn't even show up the half. I just trained for like the full spring of 14. Yeah, and then I played summer in Houston, and my coach was like, because he was like, where do you want to go to school? And I was like, I don't know, somewhere in San Antonio. And he's like, yeah, you're not going to play in San Antonio. You can't play in San Antonio. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you're going to have to go JUCO. So then he calls Livin, and because Luke English was on my summer league team.
What team was that? It
was like the Cardinals. It was some Houston team, right? So Livin and Martinez come out, and they're like, hey, so I pitched and caught, and they're like, we don't want you to catch, we want you to pitch. And I was like, okay, cool. And they're like, but we can't offer you any money, because it was like July, like the last week of July, or like the second to last week of July before we had to go. So we obviously don't have any money, but you can come.
Right.
So then that's how that happened. It was literally super fast. And then they called me so they offered it. They offered that. I drove home that night, my parents, and then they Martinez called my dad, I think, or me, and was like, we need to know if he's going to come today. I was like, it was a Sunday. I was like, I mean, I guess
they want him quick.
I know. I was like, yeah, okay. I guess we're going to Lufkin, but yeah. So I mean, so you go to Angelina for 2 years. How was your first year of JUCO ball? How would you describe it?
I would describe it
as a whirlwind.
Honestly, that was the most fun, probably the most fun that I've had out of the 4 years that I played. I think it was just because of the
group of people, maybe
the group, the chemistry that we had.
We were pretty good,
especially and I don't want to say this just because the dorms were because we lived at the dorms, right? They were kind of ugly, but half the team is there.
That's true. Yeah,
we're all outside. So you walk outside, and again, you just walk into somebody's going to be like, hey, "What's up? What's going on?" So I mean, I don't know, just bonding. I guess that way, that's what made it fun too. Yeah, we were also kind of good. So
we were pretty solid.
If we sucked, it probably wouldn't have been that fun.
I think it probably would have still been fun. It would have been a little whack at the main reason we were there. But yeah, so you go to Angelina. You had a pretty solid year, I'd say.
It was
your first year, and they stuck you at third.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah, so go sign as a shortstop. I'm going in there first year thinking, or first.
Before you go there, did they tell you so when you call them and say, hey, I'm going to come for sure? Did they tell you their plans for you, where you fit in?
Livin said that the plan was you're going to play shortstop. That's what he told me. Immediately. Okay. Yeah, you're going to play shortstop. You're going to be the shortstop. I was like, cool. All right. Yeah. I have expectations. That's my expectation. I'm going to go there. It's basically, and I know I wasn't going in there thinking I'm the dude.
No, you can't.
Especially when you get there and there's 60 guys there. I'm definitely not thinking oh, this is my spot.
I was shocked. I didn't expect there to be that. When I showed up for that first practice, and there was literally. Well, was there really 60 guys?
I think it was.
There was a lot of dudes.
I think it was 55, maybe.
It was not close. 55.
No, it was
because they didn't cut anybody. Did they?
Yes.
I don't even know.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a shocking amount of people.
Maybe it wasn't that many, but it felt like that.
It was probably
dudes
I'd say 30 to 40 at the max.
I say 40 plus.
Fair enough. 40 plus is a good number.
40 plus is a good number. So get there. I'm like, oh my God. Because, when you do the stretches, we're stretched out.
Oh, yeah.
All the way into the outfield. Yeah, it's like a football field. So
that's right.
I'm thinking okay, so I have to still win a spot. I know the coach says that I'm supposed to play. it's my spot to lose is what
Basically,
I'm thinking. So I have to outcompete, everybody else. And then I think it was the first week maybe or the second week, TK comes.
He was there the first day, I'm pretty sure.
Or the first day? Okay, so it was that first practice. So he's like, hey, we got a new guy here, TK.
That's the guy from BYU.
This is the guy from BYU. Hey, this guy. Oh, yeah, this guy right here. And apparently everyone knew him.
I didn't know he
was. Some people knew he was coming.
You know why everybody knew him? Because it was Lingua and Waller. All those guys knew him because they went to the same high school together.
Oh.
That's what it was.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, and Waller had already been there for a year.
Yeah, that's right. So, they're like, hey, TK, hey. All right, hey, TK, he's going to play shortstop. I was like, oh, I didn't know I was going to lose it that fast. So, so I'm like, well, shoot, where am I going to play? Because he was a sophomore.
Yeah,
right?
He was only there for 1 year.
Yeah, so he's a sophomore. So, it's basically his spot now. So, either I have to take his spot or I have to go play somewhere else. And living in Martinez, they were like, well, have you played third before? And I was like,
corner.
I was like, yeah, when I was like 12.
When everyone plays every position.
I was like, no, I haven't played third. Definitely not in high school. I was like, oh, we'll go try it out. So the first practice, Deadpool hitter, right? Yeah. He's just swinging.
He just smoking at
any ball he hits, he's smoking it. It's going left side or he's missing it completely. It's one or the other. And I can't remember who was pitching, but I see the signs.
It was probably me.
Maybe. He
laying balls up there.
I see the catcher signs a changeup, and I go, great. It's coming right here to me. So I'm even hugging the line a little bit. It's coming right here. I know it's coming. And Livin and Martinez are right here off to the right in the third base box.
Yeah, they're right there.
They're literally right there just watching the game right next to me. Changeup comes. Of course, he smashes it. I go up to go get it. It's above my head, so I jump straight up. Ball takes my glove off. My glove.
Is it really?
Yeah, my glove fell off. I didn't have it on. I had it like towards the edge. It's kind of where I wore it. So when I jumped, took it off the end of the glove and it took my glove off. And I was like, wow, I look like an idiot right now.
Look like a fool.
Right in front of the coaches that are next to me asking me if I can play third. And so I pick up the ball and I pick up my glove and I'm looking at them and they're laughing at me or at what happened. And I was like, oh man, that's not good. And so they're like, they kind of look at me and they're like, you'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. And I was like, oh, really? Okay, cool. So that was the first play that I got at third. And then from there, it was just based off that. I was like, okay, so they kind of want me, I guess, to compete for here.
They basically wanted you in that spot.
Yeah. And then, so I think it was me. Was it, what's his name? Michael.
Darville.
Darville. Yeah, Michael Darville. I think Lengua too. I think Rios was in the mix there for third.
Listen, we'll talk about Rios another time because that dude ruined my whole career.
Oh man,
that dude ruined my whole career.
It's because you're mentally weak.
He destroyed me. Anyway, so you play the year at third base and you have a really good year. I honestly don't remember you making not one error our freshman year. I think you made. There was one time, but I don't blame this on you. I was pitching our freshman year, and I think I laid one up there and they hit one so hard. It went right through your legs, but I don't think you even had time to react.
Oh, I remember that ball. Okay, that was
that was at home. It was at home.
Was it?
Yeah.
The one that I remember that went through my legs was at North Central Texas. And the reason why was because the dude that's hitting is like 6'4", fat dude. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna hit it right to me. Of course he is. He's a Deadpool hitter. Pull. He looks straight pull. And the sun is set right behind him. Yeah. There was a gap in between the stands and the actual top of it. So the sun is setting and I'm like, usually I can block something with my glove. Maybe, I can see a little bit of the hitter. I couldn't see him at all. I could only see his feet.
You'd have sunglasses on?
I had it didn't matter. The sunglasses only help. They don't help you looking directly into the sun. So
I got to get the polarized. You got to get those prism lenses, bro.
It wouldn't have mattered.
No, it wouldn't have mattered.
I could only see like his knees and below, like his lower half.
So he smoked one at you?
He smoked it. I didn't see it. I closed my eyes. I saw it hit the ground like halfway.
Lucky to hit you in the face.
I thank God that it didn't hit me in the face. So it skipped the front. So I closed my eyes. I just throw my glove down. It goes in between. I think Martinez and Livin are like, whoa, what's happening? I was just thinking like, thank God it didn't hit me.
I didn't break my face.
But yeah, and I remember too, going through the year, for someone that hadn't played third before, most of the chances that I got, I made the play, which was towards the end of the year. I think I don't know, some of the coaches from like Panola or like Paris. I don't remember one of the green. I think they're both green, actually, their colors. One of them, I don't know. The head coach, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, you don't miss." And I was like,
I remember.
He like gave that compliment to me. And I don't know if he tried to get in my head or what. So trying to jinx me. But I remember like he said that to me and I thought about it. And I was like, yeah, I really haven't.
You haven't. You didn't make any errors. So
it was weird.
So you have a great year. You end up being a JUCO All-Star. Yeah. The second year. Yeah. I don't know who it was, you and who else?
It was me and I actually don't remember.
Was there three of y'all?
I think it was me, Mitch.
Andrews. Couldn't have been. He wasn't there. It might have just been you.
No, I swear he was there.
Couldn't have been Andrews. He wasn't there the first year. Because he came from Sam. No, he came from Sam Houston.
Are you sure?
Swear to God.
We traveled together. We went up
maybe it was.
To the All-Star game?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
I don't remember. I know there was 2 or 3 of us there.
Yeah. Maybe Lingua.
Lingua had to bring I don't think Lingua was up there. Lingua had to bring my bag because I forgot it. Thank God that he lived like in the area.
Yeah.
I only brought my clothes to sleep for the night and I mistook it for my baseball bag.
So you forget that and then you forgot your jersey that one game too.
I forgot my jersey twice, I think.
I still have nightmares about that. Like if I was going to have a nightmare, there's nightmares where I'd go to games and not have my equipment. And it like freaks me out.
It freaks me out. And I think before we left, I think I asked somebody, I think it was TK from somebody. I was like, hey, what jersey are you wearing? And they're like, white. Right, or something, and it was an away game. So I think he was messing with me, and I was like, white. Okay, boom, I grabbed it. Even though we wear white at home.
God.
And I don't know whose jersey I used, but I think it was Martinez's jersey. And then I ended up hitting 2 home runs.
It was Livin's jersey.
Oh, it was Livin's jersey.
Yeah, you hit 2 bombs.
2 home runs.
You should have just kept wearing Livin's jersey.
Those were the first 2 home runs that I ever hit.
Ridiculous. So you have a good first year. Second year comes around. Obviously, you're looking to move around. How many? At that point, you had to have had more offers, bigger offers than you did coming out of high school, right? Because it all took place. It was all fall. I mean, that's normally early signing period for JUCO guys. Is normally the
I had the one offer from Kansas State.
Yeah, I remember that one. They came to your house, yeah.
They flew down to come see me.
Right.
It was like 2 weeks before we were supposed to.
That's right. I
didn't think that it was like.
Oh wait, they wanted you to come that season.
Yeah, 2 weeks before we were supposed to report.
I thought they came to offer you for the next year. No, they wanted you to go
for my junior year.
No. So I thought when Kansas State came, they offered you to go for your junior year.
No,
they wanted you. They wanted you right now.
Yes.
Oh no,
that's
a no-go.
So they flew down. We do a little workout, and they make me an offer, and I'm like thinking like I don't, this isn't real. I was thinking like this is going like really fast. I'm supposed to report like in a week and a half.
Yeah. And
so they're calling me, and I ended up saying, I ended up declining it because I just felt like it was
too rushed.
I don't know. I just didn't want to make a bad decision. So I was hoping that more would come and then more offers would come. I think Livin was, after I told him, he was like, you know what, I'll try and see what, if we can get some more people out here.
Yeah.
And I think immediately after the All-Star game, because it's the following year, right, in the fall.
Where was that game at?
Weatherford.
Okay. Yeah,
their field. So I think I only got one other offer.
The
UTSA was the first one. So they come out and then do a visit.
That's a solid.
And I was like, well, it's close to home. The offer was good and everything they were saying was good. So I was like, all right, we'll just do it.
Did you play third there too?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember we wanted you to play because then TK's gone the second year and you didn't want to play short anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to play short.
Why?
Because I like third now.
Dude, nobody likes third.
I liked third. I don't know why I liked it because all the field's third. The corner, that lip, all their lips were ugly. I think Angelina and like maybe another.
Dude, at JUCO, it's bad.
One other field was good, but everything else was like.
If any of you haven't been to Angelina College, our field is probably the nicest in Texas. I think junior college.
It's pretty nice. They redid the Wharton field, so
that was rough.
It doesn't have that lip anymore. It's flat.
What was the field we went to where it was like this, and then it went like
That's the Wharton one.
No.
Yes. It used to be.
There may have been a couple like that. No, there was like a city park. And I know the Wharton one. I remember. I remember that one. But there was another one. It might have been, I don't know. A lot of those fields were terrible.
No, I just remember Wharton where it had that big lip, and everyone was like,
Wharton
"Watch your
was bad.
ACL, you're gonna hurt." But they
God.
fixed it. It's lovely now.
So you end up going to UTSA. How did you like playing at UTSA? Because I've known you. Obviously, I've known about UTSA. I knew guys that play there and stuff, but that's a bigger stage, yeah.
Yeah,
kind of.
Well, the field isn't like
it's not a stadium. It's
not a stadium. So it kind of felt like
JUCO 2.0.
Kind of like, and I'm not trying to like
no, it's not
make it sound bad, but like going from where we came from Angelina, that field, that stadium-ish, going to UTSA. I mean, it was a pretty similar transition.
Yeah.
Now, like some of the other fields, like Rice is a big stadium, and like when we go to Middle Tennessee, is they have the football field in the back. So it's like you're surrounded by a complex. So
did y'all ever play at like any? So y'all played at A&M, right? Or did A&M come to you guys?
A&M.
Y'all played. Y'all played. Your Tuesday games were big games, yeah.
We played. No, we never played at A&M. No, they played A&M after I left.
I just
we
threw A&M
played
out
UT.
there.
We played at UT.
Yeah.
We would go there every time we play, and those Tuesday games.
Yeah, so y'all played pretty big teams on Tuesdays, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, our field was like that UTSA field. I mean, it's nice. Like the field itself is nice. It's a good environment. But yeah, not compared to the the state and the fields that have like the legit stadiums.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just about budget. Now the football team is like ridiculous. Apparently,
now they're nice.
They're
so
stupid.
Bringing in some money. Hopefully
they own the dome now here. Yeah, apparently they're playing their conference game today. I think
it's a championship.
Yeah, it's today. And then UIW plays their first
like the
championship.
Third year in a row or something.
Second year. I remember when I lived downtown, the dome is walking distance. So anytime, I don't mean to clown UTSA, but anytime that there was a game, I hated being at home because it was a freaking disaster. Oh my God. And then last year they played their conference game here too. Dude, couldn't even get to my apartment. It was a disaster. There's so many people. They like bulked out that like fan base, dude. It's like 10 times bigger than it's ever been, I think.
Yeah.
So you end up playing at UTSA. Was the draft ever in place?
No.
Never? Nobody?
No.
Dang, dude.
Never. No, I think I was because I struggled my junior year. So I go.
Did you? I only went to like 2 games years. I went once with Rios, and then the second time I think I went with Rios. I think Wes was with us.
So freshman, sophomore year, Angelina, junior college, I finished the year 335, I think, and then like 336. It was about the same average. I never had more than 3 home runs in a year.
Yeah.
Like the home runs were still pretty low. But
I think that's what they look for, yeah.
Singles and doubles were pretty much what I was sticking to. I still didn't really find the power that I was that they were trying to make me to be,
Right. Should have hit the juice, bro.
Yeah. Seeing what we saw.
I think that's what they look for, yeah. They need bombs.
Well, yeah. And on my visit too, one of the coaches was like, hey, you think you can knock 10 home runs this year?
I figured that's what they want, yeah.
And I was like, yeah. I'm thinking in my head, like,
no shot.
I don't know, coach. I'll try.
You should have just started bulking. You should have started eating everything in sight.
I don't know. It was hard for me. But
I think even you were still pretty skinny, like at a UTSA.
Yeah, I didn't gain any other weight besides that first year at Angelina, freshman year. So I go in there 170. I think I put on like 20 pounds. So I go up to 190 by the